Welcome, friends. Today, we're diving into a story that's both heartwarming and inspiring. It's a tale about love, resilience, and the bonds that carry us through life's toughest moments. Gather around, friends, for a heartfelt story of love, loss, and the beautiful surprise of second chances. Our tale begins with Greg Grayson, a man living his holiday dream. He had it all: a loving wife, Jessica, 3 lively kids, and his pride and joy, a cozy family restaurant called Greg's Place. With Christmas just around the corner, Greg was pulling out all the stops to create the perfect holiday. His home was bursting with holiday cheer, wrapped gifts piled high, lights twinkling, and even a Santa booked for a surprise visit on Christmas morning. It was going to be a picture-perfect holiday, or so he thought. One evening, just as Greg was admiring his festive handiwork, Jessica came to him with a heavy heart. "Greg, we need to talk," she said softly, her voice serious. She shared a revelation that turned Greg's world upside down. Jessica was stepping away from their marriage to pursue a different path, leaving Greg with just his memories, his kids, and his restaurant. Devastated, Greg packed up a few things, scooped up his loyal dog Biscuit, and drove to a small cottage he owned outside the city. As snow fell softly outside, Greg did his best to make sense of this unexpected turn in his life. His restaurant, once his sanctuary, felt like just another reminder of all he had lost. His passion seemed to slip away, his days at the restaurant blending into one another. But his friends were determined to help. They convinced him to take a short break to clear his head and recharge. At first, he resisted, but then he thought, why not? And on a whim, he handed over the reins of Greg's Place to an unexpected person, Gina, his longtime dishwasher. Gina had worked at the restaurant for years, and though she had faced her share of challenges in life, she'd become like family to Greg. She was dedicated, hard-working, and knew the place inside out. So with Gina running the kitchen, Greg finally took a much-needed break. And he wasn't alone. His assistant manager, Lori, joined him. Lori had been his rock through all of this, helping to keep the restaurant steady and offering encouragement along the way. Together, they escaped to a sunny beach, where Greg found the peace he so desperately needed. They spent their days exploring, laughing, and reconnecting with simple joys. Long walks on the sand, shared meals, and easy conversation. Lori's kindness and humor lifted Greg's spirits, and for the first time in months, he felt his heart start to heal. When they returned, Greg and Lori were greeted with an astonishing sight. Greg's Place was busier than ever. Gina had completely transformed the restaurant. She'd given it a warm, home-style charm that invited people in like never before. The menu was filled with comforting classics, and the new look was fresh and inviting, drawing families, friends, and regulars from all over. Business was booming. With a renewed sense of purpose, Greg threw himself into the restaurant's success, working side by side with Gina and Lori to bring out the best in Greg's Place. Together, they revamped the menu, refined the decor, and created an atmosphere that felt like home to everyone who walked through the doors. As the restaurant flourished, so did Greg's heart, opening once more to new dreams and new connections. And so, surrounded by loyal friends and a thriving business, Greg found himself not just surviving, but thriving. He had faced one of life's toughest challenges, and he'd come out the other side stronger, with a fresh start and a bright future waiting for him. As the year came to a close, Greg looked around at the people who had stood by him, and he knew he was exactly where he was meant to be. The road ahead was filled with possibilities, and with his loved ones by his side, he was ready to embrace each one. Greg Grayson had found his way home.